Okay, awesome. I believe we are live. My name is Brandi Murphy. I am the Director of nutraMetrix Training and Field Development. We are live on Facebook and in Zoom on the Market America page. I see our attendance list is climbing, so I know people are here. If you could go ahead and say hello. If you're on the Zoom chat with us, go ahead onto the Facebook group, not the Facebook group, the chat box right there on Zoom and say hello. Tell us where you're from. I also have, just so you know, my friend Sarah Gender, our Director of Sales for nutraMetrix. She's going to be joining us and moderating the Facebook group as well. So not the Facebook group, the Zoom call here. So if you could go ahead and just say hello, let us know where you're from. I also have the Facebook page up. My screen is a little wild. We got Facebook on one side. We got nutraMetrix on the other side. I'm so happy to have all of you with me tonight. Again, tonight's going to be an overview of nutraMetrix and the custom health solutions that we provide to health professionals. We're going to be covering a lot of information. So I want to share with you that what we're going to be covering is just an overview of what nutraMetrix provides. We have a very diverse group of people joining us. We have UnFranchise owners who are new to nutraMetrix. We have guests who have never heard of what nutraMetrix has to offer. We have existing nutraMetrix consultants, and we have health professionals. So I know that some of you fall into one or more of those categories, meaning some of you are people that are trained as nutraMetrix consultants, but also are health professionals as so we're going to be talking to all of you tonight about what nutraMetrix offers and how it could benefit you and your unfranchised business. If you are a guest tonight, make sure that you get back with the person that invited you to watch this broadcast, who either shared the Zoom link with you or shared the Facebook link with you for the Facebook Live, because you're going to get a lot of links in the chat box. Links to the nutraMetrix page, links to the nutraMetrix YouTube channel, where you can learn more. I'm sure questions will come up throughout the broadcast. That's okay. Even if I don't see them, to answer them during this live broadcast, we'll make sure to answer them in the chat box so you can come back to that, okay? I'm going to go ahead in a second and just open up my PowerPoint, and hopefully you'll be able to see me and the PowerPoint on both slides there, or both screens, whether you're watching on Zoom or whether you're watching on Facebook. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about exactly what is it that nutraMetrix provides. And nutraMetrix provides a complete suite of cutting-edge solutions exclusively for health professionals. And you might say, well, what solutions are those? And if you're familiar with the Market America product line, the main product line, the biggest product line that we have is a health and nutrition product line. And we also have incredible cosmeceutical skincare products. And so we offer primarily the health and nutrition and skincare products to our health professional market. Those products are designed to not only help serve the patients by improving patient outcomes, but they help to generate ancillary revenue for the practice as well. And then if you're familiar with Market America, our parent company, we also offer something called the shopping annuity, where we have access to partner stores of all different types through our shop.com website that our health professionals get access to as well. And this can help the health professionals not only generate income from the products that they could offer to their patients, but it also helps the health professionals save money on things they already buy for their office, for their supply, office supplies, medical supplies that they use in practice, but also for their home. We can also help them save on credit card processing through partnerships we have with companies like iTransact, which help with our merchant services. Now, we know that health professionals, even in a normal environment, like the past 2-3 weeks, global changes right now, it's not necessarily normal times. Things are changing left and right, almost by the day. Things are changing in our global situation. But let's talk about some of the challenges that health professionals face. They're all facing rising business costs. They're always facing rising drug costs and how that could impact their patients. They're facing things like shrinking reimbursements and insurance companies not necessarily covering all the services that patients may need. And they're constantly facing changing regulations and reforms. Things like having to adopt very specific electronic medical record systems. And some of them, they have to invest a lot of money into those systems. And when the regulations about those systems change, it's an added business expense for them to buy the new tools, train their staff on them. And so there's always ongoing and rising business costs. And health professionals sometimes feel a little bit pinched, right? They feel like, how am I going to keep up with the cost of doing business? How am I going to keep my practice open? Many of our practitioners right now, I've had calls over the past 3 or 4 days with practitioners with what's going on globally right now, saying, I'm so thankful that I built a nutraMetrix and Market America business, because my ongoing income from my nutraMetrix business is the income that I have carrying me through changes in how I can practice right now. But it's not just now, always. We have practitioners that are struggling with trying to figure out how to grow their business in a changing economy. And we see things like doctors saying Medicare pay cuts are killing their practice, Forbes magazine talking about how doctors are unable to meet, how sometimes they're worried about retirement, they're worried about paying their staff, and many of them are searching for alternatives on a normal day, right? Not just in the last 2 to 3, but always practitioners are looking for what alternatives are out there that can help bring ancillary revenue to their practice. And so if we take a look at the physician's compensation report that Medscape puts out every year, there was a compensation report in 2018 that talked about how many practitioners and the different scopes of practice of practitioners that are offering ancillary service. They're offering medication dispensing, things like in-house pharmacies, weight loss services, in-office diagnostic tests, nutritional counseling, cosmetic services, acupuncture, massage, laser hair removal, laser tattoo removal, you name it. More and more practitioners are adding these services because they're cash-based to their practice, and they don't want to have to rely on the third-party payers, the insurance providers, to provide their reimbursements for their, the covered services that the patients are paying for. It's estimated that some primary care practices earn about 15% or more from these ancillary services. And nutraMetrix can provide many of these products and services for them as well. We offer weight management programs that they can implement in their practice. We have an incredible lineup of supplementation that they can offer in their practice. We have nutrition counseling, education that we can provide for them. We have cosmetics that we can provide for them. And we have in-office diagnostic tests through something that you'll hear me talk about in a few minutes, the GeneSNP DNA screening analysis. So we provide a lot of these ancillary services that practitioners are out there looking for. And if we just talk about the global market for a second, and in the United States in 2019, supplement sales surpassed $46 billion. That was up 5.6% over 2018, and it's always going up. But that represents 36% of the global market. Last year, globally, $136 billion was spent on supplementation. And when we look at the 2019 Council for Responsible Nutrition consumer survey results, 77% of US adults now take some sort of dietary supplement, whether it's a multivitamin, whether it's a calcium, whether it's an omega-3 fish oil, whether it's a joint health formula, a probiotic. And of that, 79% of the users are female, like 79% of all females are using supplements, and 74% of adult males are using supplements. So I want to share that with you because I want you to understand the concept that people don't need to be sold on supplementation. People understand the value of supplementation. And if you've ever worked in the healthcare field, if you've ever worked in the supplement field, if you've been paying attention to the news over the past couple of weeks, more than ever, people are concerned about how can they support their body so that they can have, for example, nutrition for a healthy immune response. And so more and more people that weren't taking supplements before are all of a sudden looking for supplement options now. And many of them turn to their health professional and say, what should I be taking? But not everybody turns to their health professional. Sometimes patients go to the store and they try to figure out, what should I be taking on my own? So they're standing in front of this rack of all these different products in the market. And usually consumers make their choices based on pretty packaging, marketing, and price, right? But what they don't realize is that a lot of the products on the market, the most popular products on the market, are often laden with artificial chemical dyes, flavoring agents, preservatives, disintegrating agents. And we say that there's a lot of junk products in the marketplace. Not all health and nutrition products are equal, right? So if we talk about even some of the top sellers, Centrum, as you'll hear in the commercial all the time, #1 multivitamin. When you look at all the artificial dyes in there, I'm not sure why they would be in a health product. Things like hydrogenated palm oil, things like all the different artificial dyes, and talc. Why do you need talc in a product? It's so that the pill stays in its own form and doesn't break apart in the bottle. When we look at our products through Market America and nutraMetrix, our products have a very different quality control to them, and different unique delivery systems that we'll talk about in a few minutes. But we don't need to use these binders and fillers and excipients that are in some of these top sellers. None of these artificial dyes eyes. So let's talk about that. nutraMetrix is in the right place at the right time. What you see in front of you is a picture of our global headquarters, which is based in Greensboro, North Carolina, in the Market America office. nutraMetrix is helping health professionals generate additional revenue for their practices while providing wellness-based products and services the patients are asking for. We are a two-time Torch Award winner. We won the Torch Award in 2013 and 2018. Better Business Bureau A+ award-winning company. We have incredible quality control built into what we offer. And let's just talk about what our mission is. Our mission in nutraMetrix is to transform healthcare by partnering with forward-thinking practitioners who go above and beyond in patient care. We provide wellness programs that support the health goals of the patients and the revenue goals of the practice. We use cutting-edge nutritional interventions, which I'm going to talk about, revolutionary technology, tools like the GeneSNP DNA screening analysis that I mentioned already, but we'll go into more detail, tools like all of the internet shopping tools built into the shop.com platform and the nutrametrix.com platform, and our extensive network of providers. nutraMetrix will change healthcare one patient and one health professional at a time. That's a big mission, and we can't accomplish that mission on our own. We need people out there that are passionate about helping others, that are passionate about changing healthcare, that love our products, that have had great experiences with our products, out there to help spread the word among health professionals that we have these tools and services available to them. I firmly believe that nutraMetrix is one of the best kept secrets in the healthcare industry, but it shouldn't be a secret. Every health professional should have access to the products and services that we offer through nutraMetrix. But the challenge is they've not heard of us. And so we need more people that are trained as nutraMetrix consultants. And that's where you come in if you're an unfranchise owner. Some of you that are watching this are unfranchise owners who already love the products. You've already used them. You've had your own personal success story or testimonial with them. And now it's about learning how to share the nutraMetrix products and services and system with the health professionals you know. And we have an entire business model to help entrepreneurs do that, as well as having a business model that helps the health professionals create that revenue for their practice. So nutraMetrix is a $40 million a year division, right? We've surpassed 40 million and we're just growing. And why are we growing so fast, right? Since we were started in 2004 and we're part of a larger parent company, like I talked about, Market America was created in 1992, but the nutraMetrix division was created in 2004 because we saw this need that health professionals were out looking for quality products and they were looking for ways to bring revenue to their practice. And so we've started with a core group of products, and we had a core group of health professionals who were used to those products, and they started implementing with them. And we developed a training program so that our unfranchised owners help the health professionals implement the products into their practice. Many healthcare professionals don't have a lot of training in business management or sales, and that's where the power of the nutraMetrix consultant comes in. But this is only in the US, one division of a much larger global country. So let's talk about the worldwide company sales of unfranchised owners, because as I mentioned, nutraMetrix is a part of a bigger company called Market America, which you're probably familiar with if you're watching this broadcast. And Market America has at over almost $9.5 billion in accumulated retail sales, of which they've paid back $4.8 billion in retail profits and commissions to the unfranchised owners. So there's a very solid business plan behind what we offer in nutraMetrix because we're built on the Market America platform, right? Market America and nutraMetrix is a product broker. What this allows us to do is identify the latest market-driven products from the best manufacturers. We work with hundreds of different manufacturers so we can ensure we have the best vitamin D product and the best vitamin C product and the best omega product, and we have the best skincare products. This also allows us to operate in many different markets as well. We don't own nutrition. We also offer skincare, as I mentioned, and cosmetics, and financial services, and pet care products, and auto care products. You name it, Market America offers it. And the nutraMetrix not only provides the health and nutrition products branded as nutraMetrix to our health professionals, but they get access to all of the products in the entire Market America product library. Working as a product broker, we have an unprecedented commitment to quality. Every product that is manufactured by our manufacturers is held to very strict quality control guidelines with continuous quality control monitoring built in. We not only set the specifications for the raw materials and the finished products, but we also make sure that all of those materials are sourced with certificate of analysis. All of the products are manufactured using standard operating procedures and GMP compliant facilities that are audited on a regular basis. Our products are inspected at our warehouse for damage, label accuracy, appearance, taste, odor prior to release. So if something comes into our warehouse and it doesn't meet our quality control standards, we can send it back to the manufacturer and say, try again. But we haven't lost all of the manufacturing costs for that product. And there's a lot of benefits to being able to have that level of quality control to our products and offer that to our practitioners. It gives our practitioners peace of mind to know that someone else is watching over the products that they're introducing to their patients. So if we talk about the different types of products that are available through nutraMetrix, I mentioned that we have unique delivery systems. One of the unique delivery systems is that many of our products, not all of them, but many of them, are available in an isotonic capable product line. So we call this product line isotonics. And if you take a look at this product line, you will see here that you have an over cup here and a little cap inside. These products are a powder that when mixed with a certain amount of water, 2 ounces of water per serving, they become a liquid, a very pleasant tasting liquid that patients drink on an empty stomach. It ensures superior nutrient delivery. It's great patient compliance because when the products taste good, people do tend to reorder them and when they get great results, they're going to stay loyal to those products as well. So they're easy to take for the patients. They have a great taste, and they are definitely providing results that the patients feel. So they come back and they order again and again. We also can customize the isotonics products to the patient's needs or to the practice. So we have the ability to create custom isotonic formulas. Those isotonic formulas can be made based on the recommendations of the practitioner, based on the desires of the patient. Like the patient might say, I want to make sure that I have in one product a vitamin B complex, a multivitamin, and a magnesium formula. And they put them all into one product line. So they only have to have one canister. They can open that up, makes very easy to use product for them. And here's the benefit of that. They're not going to get that anywhere else. So where they might be able to find a vitamin D in the store, they might be able to find a B complex in the store, they're not going to find their custom cocktail anywhere else. So they continue coming back to the practitioner to get that custom cocktail. We can also create the product recommendations that go into those custom cocktails based on the genetic information of the patient. We have a unique GeneSNP DNA analysis, a simple cheek swab that takes a look at 48 different genetic variations, and it puts together a recommended protocol for the practitioners. Practitioners get a report back that explains what the different genetic profiles are of the patient, and then they can go ahead and create a customized wellness program for the patient that not only talks about supplementation, but looks at what type of exercise is best for that patient. What type of lifestyle should they be living? Should they be a vegan? Are they better eating meat? Are they better following a keto or paleo type program? Are they better following a more moderate low glycemic impact program? And so we can put together a healthy lifestyle program for the patient, including what supplements to recommend based on the patient's genetic information. This provides a laser targeted approach to custom and personalized nutrition for the practitioner and for the patient. We do also offer the TLS weight loss solution and TLS Select for our healthcare professionals. The TLS weight loss solution is a very comprehensive science-based program built on 4 key principles. Number 1, eating. Number 2 is education for the patient so that they understand what they should be eating and when. Number 3 is focusing on healthy body composition. It's not just about weight loss, it's about fat loss and making sure that they preserve lean muscle mass. So that's going to require some exercise. And then the 4th component of the TLS system involves supplementation to help mediate some maybe hormone dysregulation that the patient has from eating an healthful lifestyle for however long that they've been eating unhealthy. So we build upon healthy eating, education, supplementation, focusing on fat loss instead of weight loss. And then the health professional can add in their scope of practice for that as well. So maybe they want to add in food allergy testing or hormone testing or blood testing, depending on their scope of practice. So we have a whole TLS Select implementation program, whether the practice wants a very simple program, just following the 30-day jumpstart kit like you see here on the screen, or whether they want to customize a weight management program based on the patient's DNA, we have solutions for those offices. Now, as I mentioned before, not every health professional has a background in business. Not every health professional understands how to create a successful implementation strategy of implementing products and services into their practice. So with nutraMetrix, The person that introduces you to the nutraMetrix program has access to a nutraMetrix consultant. Maybe it's not the person that invited you tonight. Maybe you were invited by a health professional, but that health professional works with someone who's trained as a nutraMetrix consultant. And the health professional has been trained on helping the health professional sit down and define their vision and mission for the goals of their practice, for their wellness program. They help put together an assessment to figure out which products and services out of all of them that we offer through nutraMetrix is going to be the best fit for that practice and for their patients. Then they put together an implementation proposal and they suggest, okay, here's what you could do to help introduce these products to your patients, and they provide ongoing staff training and support as well as monitoring the account. And that's at no additional cost to the practitioner. So the nutraMetrix consultant really has a vested interest in the success of the practice, and they help you every step of the way. They can help design the program for you so that it's easy for the health professionals to implement. Now, those of you that are on the call that are unfranchise owners, you might be wondering, well, how does this apply to me? Well, as an unfranchise owner, you could get trained as the nutraMetrix consultant to help provide ongoing support for health professionals that are in your organization. Or as you're growing your team in Market America, they may lead you to specific health professionals. They might have a health professional that they want to introduce the unfranchised system to, and someone in the organization needs to be trained on those implementation strategies. We provide all of that training through nutraMetrix. Now, our health professionals also get a nutraMetrix.com portal, and it's going to be nutraMetrix.com/ their practice name or the doctor's name. And this allows the practitioner to not have to keep a very large inventory. In fact, the patients can go right onto the nutraMetrix.com website and order directly from the practice website. And the practitioner still retains the retail profit. The practitioner still gets credit for that sale, and that those sales contribute to the practitioner's ongoing income. The website is loaded with great product information, patient testimonials or reviews that they can, other patients can see product reviews from other people that have used those products. And what I love about this right now, with so many of our practitioners unsure of whether they're going to be able to keep their practice open, the website is available 24 hours a day from anywhere, whether the practice is open or not. So the patient orders can continue coming in, providing additional revenue for the practice, even when the practice is closed. It also helps to simplify the implementation process because you can set the patient up on auto ship and they get automatic reorders. Now, in addition to the website for marketing materials, we offer an incredible amount of training tools, marketing tools for the practitioner. We have catalogs, we have patient handouts, we have posters, we have patient education seminars, so the practitioner doesn't have to create the wheel. Even if the practitioner is going to be offering the weight management program, we have a 12 to 13 week, if they want to include detox, it's 13 weeks. We have a whole 12 to 13 week curriculum of not only educational seminars, but emails that they can provide. So it's almost like a done for you service for the practice that they can just customize the message to meet their own practice branding, but they don't have to create everything from scratch. And we can even do something as simple as what you see here, this planning for wellness poster. It's as simple as asking the patient, how do you feel about your health today? On a scale from -5 means I feel awful, to a scale of +5, I'm energetic and full of life and feel great. And a 0 would be, I don't really have any symptoms. I'm kind of, I'm not so great, I'm not so bad. But you're going to ask the practitioner to ask the patients, how do you feel about your health today? And how do you want to feel about your health in the future? And if those two numbers are different, then that helps create the dialogue between the practitioner and the patient to say, well, if you're a -3 and you want to get to a +3, what steps are we going to take to get you there? So these are the types of tools that we have that help train the practitioner and their staff on dialoguing with the patient about the products. So how does this all work? Well, a nutraMetrix consultant gets an appointment with a health professional, even if it's over Zoom, if it's over FaceTime, if it's over a Facebook Live, however they meet. It could even be over text message if they really wanted to. It doesn't need to be an actual visit to the practice, but they're going to ask the practitioner some questions about their goals for the practice, questions about the types of patients they see, questions about the number of complaints that they get in the practice. Like, what when I say complaints, are the patients coming in for digestive problems? Are they coming in for cardiovascular problems? Are they coming in for joint health or discomfort problems? What types of things are they looking for? And then the NC is going to put together a proposal to narrow down of products that we offer through nutraMetrix. The health professional will then review that proposal and make any necessary adjustments. And then the NC will provide ongoing support to help meet the needs of the practitioner and the patients. And when this happens, the practitioner has two ways of generating income, right? They're going to be earning retail profits. They're going to be earning ongoing income through commissions. I want to explain that to you. Let's go through some of the numbers, and I'm going to give a simple retail model. We're going to focus on the retail for a few minutes because with the practitioners having a built-in patient base, and we know that those patients are all spending quite a bit of money on supplements, but they might not be getting the recommendations from the person that knows best about their health, right? I just think about it for a second. If you've been a supplement user, when you went to whatever store you go to buy your supplements, and you ask the question, what should I be taking for? Does the person that works in that store know anything about your medical history? Do they know anything about what medications you're on? Do they know about what the goals are that you sat down with your health professional and discussed? Most likely not, but your practitioner does, right? And so if we know that 76% of the American public takes supplements already, what do you think the percentage is of patients in a health professional's office that already take supplements? And do you think that number might go up if the practitioner is the one making the recommendation for them? So let's look at a sample scenario. Let's say that this practice that we're talking about has 5,000 patients. And our goal is to have the practice have a 10% implementation strategy. The practitioner doesn't really want to feel pushy. They don't want to feel like they're selling a lot of products, but they want to have good quality products for their patients that want the convenience of buying it in the practice. So even though we know 76% of people already take supplements, we're just going to do a very simple conservative estimate with only 10% of the patients switching from whatever they currently use to buying in the practice. That means that over the course of about a year, 500 patients would be put on that wellness protocol. Here's another way we could look at that. Let's say that practitioner sees 20 patients a day. 10%, we'd be looking at about 2 patients per day purchasing the product. So on Monday, 2 patients would purchase. On Tuesday, 2 patients would purchase. On Wednesday, 2 patients would purchase. On Thursday, 2 patients. And on Friday, 2 patients would purchase. By the end of that first week, we would have 10 patients that purchase. And then week 2, that would repeat. Week 3, that would repeat. Week 4, that would repeat. So by the time we're 4 weeks in, we have about 40 patients that have purchased the products. Can you see how, even with a very simple implementation, what I have up here for you right now is our daily essentials packets. It's one of our #1 selling products. It's actually 4 products combined in one. It's an isotonic multivitamin, a B complex, a calcium, and an antioxidant blend called OPC3 with pycnogenol, grapeseed extract, citrus bioflavonoids is one of our top sellers. But all of these are combined into one simple to use, great tasting, easy to transport daily packet. That product costs the health professional $55. The suggested retail to the patient is $77. So there's $22 of retail profit built into that. Well, let's just look at easy numbers. If we look at the 100 patients purchasing a month, that would be about $2,200 of retail for that practitioner. Now, when I was showing you week by week, we could probably get to that number in about a 3-month implementation ramp up, right? Because in the first month, we had 40 patients that purchased. In the second month, we would have a new 40 patients that purchased. But because the patients like it, the first group of 40 is going to reorder. So we're going to continue building. And maybe 6 months in, we have 250 patients purchasing. So the amount of retail profit that's generated is going to increase as we get more and more patients that purchase every month. So let's just focus on 250 patients purchasing, which is about halfway to our goal. We'll probably get there about 6 months into our first year of implementation. That would be $5,500 in retail profit. And if we got the whole way to the end of the year and had hit our goal of 10% of the patients purchasing, we'd be generating about $10,000 a month just on the retail profit for that practice. Now, we could go even more than that because that's only on one product. But let's say that practitioner wanted a custom cocktail. So we're going to take those same 4 products, but we're also going to add in a vitamin D, right? So now that product is going to cost the practitioner $93. That's a multivitamin, the B complex, the calcium, the OPC3, and vitamin D. The suggested retail goes up to $123 on this custom cocktail with $29.67 worth of retail profit. By the time we get to our goal, about a year into our implementation strategy, that practice would be generating about $14,800 in retail profit every month. But that's only one way that we make revenue. If you go back to when I said a few minutes ago, we have 2 ways of generating revenue. The second way is through the ongoing income through our volume-based commissions. Every product sold has a certain point value associated with it. Those points accumulate for commissions. So going back to the example of the daily essentials packets, it's still $55 for the health professional cost, $77 for the retail cost, with $22 of retail profit still built into it. But for every box of the daily essentials packets sold, there's 40 points that built into it. Now, without going into too much detail right now, I just want to focus on the annualized commissions that could be generated by going back to our example of 500 patients purchasing. That would generate 20,000 points on top of the $11,000 of retail profit that's generated. So every month they would get $11,000 in retail profit, and they'd get 20,000 points. Well, those 20,000 points would accumulate and create an additional $36,000 in commissions for that practitioner. So the annualized revenue when we get to that goal at 1 year build out would be about 168,000 on that single product of daily essentials packets. Now, I just want you to keep that in for a second, because we're going to come back to this example. I'm just going to even write myself a note so that I come back to it. We're going to write down 20,000 points generated on this example with daily essentials on one practice, generating 500 patients purchasing per month. Now, if we go on and we look at our second example with the custom cocktail, if we were doing that same example would generate 235,000 in retail. Now, again, I know some of you are going to have some, as I mentioned, there's going to be additional resources to get into the nitty gritty of exactly how does this pay structure work and how does that, what does that look like? We're going to go into it in a little bit detail, but I really wanted to keep tonight kind of high level for you so that if your interest is piqued, you come back and get more information. So we offer 3 different health professional types, or 3 different account types in nutraMetrix. And I want to talk about each one just briefly. One of them is called our Health Professional 1, our HP1 introductory account. And this is where we have a retail initiative. We're really focusing on retailing within the practice and making sure that we get that strong retail model that I just talked about set up for the practitioner. With an HP1 account, for those of you that are familiar with the unfranchised business model, the HP do not get access to the registration or sign-up wizard. They can't actually open accounts for other practitioners. They can earn commissions in a simplified manner, and I'll show you how that works in a few minutes, but they're not going to be expanding distribution. If you want a health professional to be able to generate residual income where they could create a retirement plan for themselves and help to really have an emergency fund or backup plan if something were to happen to their practice, then they would want to look at the health professional executive option, where they have full access to help work through a referral network and develop residual income. Those of you that are not health professionals on the call, that are unfranchise owners or considering working as an unfranchise owner, you would open up a nutraMetrix consultant account. And this is basically an account for an unfranchise owner who's been to a nutraMetrix consultant training, either online through our online programs right now. We have a ton of online opportunities for people to get trained, or through a corporate live event once we can have those back again. So how does the HP1 option work? I want to spend a few minutes and talk about that. The HP1 option starts by a health professional opening an account with us. It is a account that they're going to open up. We do require a copy of their health professional license, a list of specific types of providers that we can work with as health professionals. So whether they're an MD, a medical doctor, a chiropractor, a DO, a dentist, an eye doctor, a podiatrist, we have all different types of license types we work with: acupuncturists, dietitians, social workers, mental health workers. And so ask the person that invited you here to make sure that the type of health professional license you have would be on that qualified list. But if you qualify as a nutraMetrix health professional and you want to open up an HP1 account, when you open that account, you basically get 3 different spots in our computer system that's used to track that business volume that I shared with you a few minutes ago. So every time a patient orders, the business volume is going to be stored in either your 002 or your 003, and the volume from those orders is going to flow up and pay you on your 001. So let's say you had a patient that bought a daily essentials packet on Monday. That volume is going to maybe be placed, that order is going to go in here. It's going to go into your 002. On Wednesday, the order is going to go into your 003. And at the end of the week, you would have business volume on both sides of your business. Each time that a patient orders, you can choose where to place that volume to maximize your earnings, or the system will automatically just go back and forth between your 002 and your 003. And the system looks for certain pay numbers When you've accumulated 1,200 BV on the left and 1,200 BV on the right, the HP1 they earn a $300 commission check. When they've earned another 1,200 on the left and another 1,200 on the right, taking it to a cumulative 2,400 BV on the left, 2,400 BV on the right, they get their second commission check, which is $300. And the system is going to keep looking for that. The volume doesn't disappear. The volume doesn't go away. It just keeps growing until you hit to those pay levels. And there are no time constraints on this. The volume will accrue for a full year. So in the beginning, if it takes you a couple of weeks to get to 1,200, it's probably going to take you a little bit less time to get to 2,400 because you're going to have reorders and you're going to have new customers, and those orders are cumulative. So then the next thing it's going to look for, you can probably guess it, is going to be 3,600 BV on the left and 3,600 BV on the right. And at that point, the company will send you another $300 commission check. And then the last level that the commission system looks for is, instead of an increment of 1,200, it's going to look for an increment of 1,400, taking you to 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right. But it's going to double the paycheck that week. It would be a $600 paycheck. Now, in the beginning, the practitioners might be earning, retail profit only. They might have that first week, 10 customers. Those 10 customers that ordered, each box had 40 BV associated with it. So 400 BV would have been ordered in that first week. Another 400 BV would have been ordered in the second week. Another 400 BV would have been earned in the third week. So that volume would probably get to 1,200 by their first month. They might get to their first commission check 2 months in, but as their business grows, this is going to happen faster and faster and faster until it happens weekly. So HP1s have the ability to earn up to $1,500 a week on commissions by building their own retail in their own practice with their own customers. Now, we have the ability for the nutraMetrix consultant that is working with that practitioner to work through the referrals that the practitioner has. And they can place additional accounts underneath the practice. So let's say that this is you, and you lead your nutraMetrix consultant to another practitioner that's a medical doctor, and that medical doctor gets placed underneath of your 002. Now, every time that this medical doctor goes through the same implementation process that you did, and they have patients being introduced to the daily essentials packets, they're going to be generating retail profit just like you did. They're going to keep their retail profit. They're also going to generate the BV for commissions. And the BV for the commissions for this medical doctor are going to go into their account, but it's also going to flows up, and it benefits everybody 100% that it touches. So if this medical doctor right here created 1,200 BV worth of product sales over a 3-week period, let's say, because they sold 10 boxes of daily essentials at 40 BV each. Over a 3-week period, they've generated 1,200. Now that 1,200 is going to benefit your 002 and your 001. If the doctor on your right side that was also sent into your organization by the nutraMetrix consultant you're working with does the same thing, now you can see how the commissions can happen faster, because it's not even just based on your own retailing or that practitioner's own retailing. It's cumulative based on the orders created by the entire organization. So when all of these people generate enough revenue on the left to generate 1,200 BV, and all of these people on the right generate enough revenue for 1,200 BV, that's when those commission checks can start coming faster and faster. So it's beneficial for the practitioner to give referrals to their nutraMetrix consultant, so the nutraMetrix consultant can help them grow their business volume and create more income for themselves. Now, if you are open to providing referrals, and usually we ask our health professionals to have some personal experience with product usage with their own patient first before they start introducing the product line to other practitioners. You want to be able to speak to it from personal experience. You want to be able to talk about the results that your patients have had. But once you have that, then you might be the one that wants to help support those other practitioners. So we do offer the ability for a health professional to have an HP executive account, which gives access to the registration wizard. So you could be the one that helps to create ongoing revenue for the practice. So this provides a commission structure to support physicians groups or health networks. It also provides additional opportunities for the health professional to grow beyond the size of their own practice. So whether it be through referrals in your own area or referrals around the country, there are no territory restrictions, and you can continue working through your existing referral network. For those of you that aren't in healthcare, you may not be as well versed in the types of referral networks that practitioners already work in, but practitioners already refer to each other. And you as a nutraMetrix consultant would want to learn how to work through those referrals to help the practitioner create an alliance of wellness professionals that can help transform the health of their community and help us with the mission of transforming the health of the nation. So our job as as nutraMetrix consultants is to help the health professionals work through the referrals, and then we go out and we health professionals and consultants as well. And as we're growing our organization and working through those referrals with the health professionals, everyone receives 100% of the credit for all the sales volume generated by the referred partners. Now, staff members can get involved in this process. And there's a lot of times where staff members are already feeling overworked, and maybe they're feeling a little underpaid, and maybe the practice hasn't had the ability to generate incentives for the practice staff members. Maybe they haven't been able to give them bonuses. Maybe they haven't been able to give them pay raises because of those things I talked about early on. Decreased reimbursements have made the practice kind of tight on money. They didn't have the ability to have an extra revenue source for the staff. Well, by including the staff members in this process, one of the ways that you could generate additional revenue for the staff members, income for the staff to help keep the staff on board longer, is to help get them involved in the implementation process and put them into your organization as nutraMetrix consultants, and they can help you grow your business in the practice and through referrals. Maybe your staff members want to get trained as a TLS weight loss coach to help support the weight management program that the practice is going to offer. Our compensation system can help create self-funding revenue for the staff. And the individuals who fit as great outside nutraMetrix consultants, that means that they're going to go outside of your office and help to implement in other offices, can also help develop your referrals. So whether we're talking about HP executives or we're talking about nutraMetrix consultants, you have the ability to increase the income. Remember, I said an HP1 can earn up to $1,500 per week on commissions. Well, if you are an HP executive or you're a nutraMetrix consultant, that limit of $1,500 per week, which by the way is about $78,000 per year, gets removed, and you have the ability to create additional revenue as an HP executive or a nutraMetrix consultant. And we're going to take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to go through this very quickly. Again, it's not meant to be a big training on our business plan, but you'll be able to come back and watch some videos that go into this in more detail. And my friend Sarah is posting some links in the chat box that has video links to our YouTube page. We have an entire playlist of this model where you can see it in more detail. But let's say that you're an HP executive now, not an HP1, and you help to introduce other practitioners to the program, and you help to create more referrals. You can actually open up additional lines of business. So you'll notice here that if we place nutraMetrix consultants down at the bottom, and those nutraMetrix consultants help to work through the referrals of all of these practitioners, they're going to continue adding new health professionals to the organization. And just like before, every new health professional that comes on has a goal of retailing products to their patients to help improve patient outcomes. And the pay cycle stays the same. Every time you hit 1,200 BV on the left, 1,200 BV on the right, there's a $300 commission check going all the way up through the pay $100 on that pay cycle that I just showed you. But as an HP executive or a nutraMetrix consultant, you can also get management bonuses of an additional $600 per week. That means that you are now at $2,100 on potential earnings, or instead of $78,000 annualized, it would be $109,000 in commissions. But you can even earn more than that because you can actually get paid on your 002 and your 003. You have the ability to increase your income by activating additional business development centers. So let's say once your business has grown to a certain point and you're earning commissions regularly on your 001, you decide to build a third team. You help a nutraMetrix consultant and they lead to other health professionals. Now you can earn $2,100 per week on your 002 in addition to your 001. And when that gets to a certain level, you can add your 003 in, and you really have the ability to earn up to $2,100 per week per business development center, with no limit on the number of business development centers you can earn. With 3 business development centers in the system, your earning potential is $327,000. And at that point, you could open up your 4, you could open up your 5, you can continue growing from there. Now, I did mention the shopping annuity portion of what we offer as well. I'm not even going to get into that here, but that adds a whole nother level of income possibilities because you can earn commissions based on our partner store products and our incentive business volume from the internet. But let's talk about the costs and the requirements for those 3 different health professional accounts and the nutraMetrix consultant type, or 3 different nutraMetrix accounts. HP1s and HP executives and NCs all have the ability to start with a fast start kit. The Fast Start Kit costs $420.95, and it includes a great selection of products to try and use and reach to your own customers. The value of the Fast Start Kit for the health professionals is about $600, and you're getting it for $429.95, including business materials that will help you get started with your business. There is an unfranchised management subscription of $21.95 a month for all 3 account types. Each account type does need to have 200 BV or business volume in their 001 in order to qualify to earn commissions or accrue the business volume that I was just talking about. That can be done at the time of initial order. If you start with a Fast Start Kit, all the Fast Start Kits already include 300 BV. So if you get started with a Fast Start Kit, you've already qualified your centers with at least 200 BV because you have 300 in there. The income potential for an HP1 is $78,000 per year. The income potential for an HP exec, and that doesn't include retail profit, by the way, that's just the ongoing commissions. For an HP executive or an NC, it's $109,000 per year on BV per business development center, but no limit on the number of business development centers you can earn. HP executives cannot open accounts for other people, but both HP executives and NCs can. So it's HP1s cannot open accounts for other people. HP executives and NC can. Annual requirements, everybody has that UFMS, that $21.95, which is your back office that allows you to see where to put the business volume and maximize your commissions, plus gives you access to all the business building tools that you need to grow your business. HP1s are going to get trained by their nutraMetrix consultant on implementation in the office. So there are no corporate mandatory training requirements. However, if you're an HP executive or you're an NC and you have the responsibility of helping to train other people on the unfranchised system, you need to make sure that you attend a new UnFranchise Owner training, a Basic 5 training, an Executive Coordinator certification training, and if you want to be a nutraMetrix consultant, a nutraMetrix consultant training as well. As we continue going on, I mentioned the Fast Start Kit in nutraMetrix. We have one for HPs and HP executives. It's $429.95, and it includes a $600 value of product plus all of your business tools that you need to get started. If you're a nutraMetrix consultant, you would choose one of the regular UnFranchise Owner Fast Start Kits, whether it be the US Health and Nutrition Fast Start Kit or the TLS Weight Management Fast Start Kit, and you would get started there. So let's say you're a health professional and you've looked at this and you say, okay, I want to learn more. What is it going to take for me to get started? The first thing that you would do is schedule a discovery meeting with your NC to find out how nutraMetrix could support your practice. Then you're going to pick some products to order that you're going to want to share with your patients, and definitely try the products for yourself. Our most successful practitioners are practitioners who use the products themselves and can talk about them with their patients. When you're ready, you're going to go ahead and open your nutraMetrix account, and you're going to schedule a staff implementation training with your NC so that they understand your vision and learn how to support the program in your practice. This can even be done right now in the unique times that we have, because it can all be done online. We can do these types of things. The only thing we can't give you over Zoom is a taste of the product, which we would normally do in an in-office first appointment. We're going to make sure the staff members get trained, and we're going to make sure that we monitor the progress moving forward. Now, if you are an unfranchised owner and you want to learn more, your next step is going to be to explore more of what nutraMetrix has to offer. These are the links that Sarah's been posting in the chat group. We have nutraMetrix.com where you can learn about our products just like the patients would. We have a patient-facing Facebook page where we talk about products and wellness. That's facebook.com/nutraMetrix. We have a YouTube channel which talks about nutraMetrix, but we also have one for people who are trained as NCs. And so we have a nutraMetrix playlist on how to do a discovery meeting, how to create implementation strategies. We have 15 or 20 of these recordings of business overviews. Some of them go into more detail about the pay structure. If you're ready to get started, you're going to check with the person who invited you tonight, and you're going to ask them to help you find a nutraMetrix 101. 201. There's one coming up this Saturday. It's 2 3-hour sessions that can get you started with nutraMetrix, going into more detail about the implementation strategies. There's one this Saturday, March 28th. There's one next Saturday, April 4th. And there's one next Sunday, April 5th. So make sure that you get the information so you can link to those. Those will also be covered via Zoom. I hope you found this very helpful. Thank you, Sarah, for helping to moderate the chat groups. For those of you that are joining me on Facebook, I'm going to come back and make sure that all of your questions are answered in the comments. But thank you very much for joining us, everyone. We hope that you enjoyed this and you're ready to learn more about nutraMetrix. We look forward to seeing you on another nutraMetrix broadcast, and then eventually in the future of our live nutraMetrix events. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.